Hey, welcome, Dream School students and guests. This lesson is on the top 10 things to know about dreams and their interpretation. I'm author and dream expert J.M. DeBoard. I'm known as Radowl online, and I created dreamschool.net so that you can learn how to interpret your dreams. These 10 things to know will really help to get you started understanding your dreams, why you have them, and how to interpret them. So let's look at number one, subconsciously. You know what your dreams mean. This is true because you create your dreams. It's in another side of your mind that's known as the unconscious mind, but that's where your dreams are created. That means you create your dreams, which means that you know somewhere deep down inside of you what they mean. 95% or more of your mind is subconscious, which means below your conscious awareness and control. If you look at the slide here, the picture in the background is an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, that is your conscious mind. Everything below the waterline is subconscious. It is part of your unconscious mind. You can look up unconscious mind in your dream interpretation dictionary, by the way, to learn more about that. Dreams are created by the self archetype in the unconscious mind. Look up archetypes to find out more about what they are. They are the foundational structures of your psyche. They are usually far outside of your conscious awareness. The self archetype is the main archetype. There are several of them, and it is creating your dreams with a purpose in mind, and actually many purposes. And we're going to get into that as we go further into the lecture. I want to tell you something about how you react in dreams. You react based on what you know subconsciously. This is why I consider reaction to be a narrative component of dreams. This is something that you learn about in step 1 of my D3 dream interpretation system. Analyze your reactions because they are based on what you know subconsciously. That can lead you to what the imagery actually, the dream imagery actually means. This fact about dreams, that you react based on what you know subconsciously, can explain what appears to be irrational actions or situations. Also, it can explain reactions that are out of sync with the imagery. For example, you react casually to seeing someone die. Now, for most people, the whole thought of watching someone die and not helping is abhorrent to them. But let's say that you react by enjoying it or being happy to see it happen. Well, it's because that reaction, you know what it means. It's symbolism for something. And it could mean that you are changing as a person. You are maturing, you are growing, you no longer need your old skin. So when you see the person die in the dream, what you're really seeing, perhaps, is the old part of yourself that's going away. Number 2, dreams are stories. Dreams are like parables. They are little stories that teach and illuminate. Stories are used to convey information, and dreams use stories to convey information. We learn better and pay more attention to stories. Consider the alternative. Your dreams want to teach you things, help you digest your life, show you things about yourself, give you insights, and they lecture you all night long. Well, that's no fun. You know, when dreams can give you this information in story form, it's more fun, it's more engaging, and you learn better from it. You can analyze a dream story. Everything in the story has a reason. Every detail in the dream has a reason. And with this insight, this fact, you can pull it all together into a big picture. It will help you to interpret the dream, and it will help you to verify that your interpretation is correct, because all of the details of the dream have to fit together. Your dream stories are like a choose your own adventure. You create these stories and immerse into them as participant or observer. At points, you choose how the plot unfolds. The way that you react to what's going on in the dream and the actions that you take in response determine where the story goes. So you reach these various forks in the road and you go down the fork that leads then to the dream responding by telling that story instead of the story that would have happened when you go down the other fork. Some dreams are scripted beginning to end and you have no control, no choice. But what I find is that most of my dreams and the dreams that I help people to analyze are like a choose your own adventure. Your dream stories are personalized. The dreaming mind knows you inside and out. It knows what resonates with you and it knows the best way to tell you a story. Your recurring dreams, the ones that seem to continue a story night after night, why is the dreaming mind choosing to tell the story that way? Because it knows things about you. It knows things about you that you may not know about yourself. Dreams can draw from stories that you have encountered already in novels, movies, video games, myths, legends, television shows. Those stories can be used as base material to create the stories that are told to you by your dreams. Your dream story knows every trick in the book. It is a masterful storyteller. It is like the best author or director that has ever lived. And it will use metaphors, exaggeration, comparison contrast, nested stories, which are dreams within dreams. It'll use backstory. Every trick in the storyteller's book. It's all available to your dreaming mind. Number 3, dreams are symbolic. Everything in dreams is symbolic. Well, what is a symbol? It is one thing used to represent another. So you see something in your dream, it's an image or an action, and it actually means something else. It's used to represent an idea or set of ideas. Symbolism is a language, and you can go into my lecture on decoding dream language to go very deep into this subject. Symbolism uses symbols to communicate. Think of symbols as pictures that say 1,000 words. When you string those pictures together in a dream, it conveys more complex ideas. That's known as dream symbolism. Dream actions are symbolic also. So consider them as, along with your dream symbols, actions like driving, exploring, flying, sex. They are symbolism. They are symbolic, and when used in story form and they are strung together with other symbols, then they become symbolism, and they are deeply meaningful. Your dreams have hidden meaning behind all of that imagery. You do not take the dream imagery literally or face value. It's like with the picture that you see on the screen. What do you see first? Do you see the face in the background? Or do you see the person reading the book? With your dream imagery, you need to see through the overt appearance to see the hidden meaning that's behind it. Number 4, dreams parallel your life. Most dreams are based on your memories from the past day or two. Dreams call this source material. So this helps you when interpreting your dreams because you know that it's very likely that they are drawn from your recent memories. Dreams can refer to the past and to the future. They can show you where things began in your life, and they can show you where things are headed in your life. They can show you the roots of your personality, your attitudes, your beliefs. It can show you formative events and experiences in your life. But remember, it all comes back to right now. That's why the dream is showing you where things began, so that it can better illustrate what's going on in the present and help to guide you toward the future. You will find many parallels with events and situations in your external or outer life in your dreams, but inner life is the focus of most of your dreams, especially the ones that are the most impactful and the ones that are very highly metaphorical. Those dreams are very likely to be about what's going on in your inner world. Some of the more powerful and memorable dreams are week in review dreams. Dreaming is really a two-part process. You have the daily digestion of memories, events, experiences, information, and then your dreams will take that daily experience, and about once a week it will take it all and summarize it. What have you learned and experienced in the past week of your life? Those dreams will be memorable and also highly metaphorical. But don't limit yourself to just a week in review. Dreams can review longer periods, such as months or years of your life, or even your entire life. I like to think of dreams as the story of your life as it is written. Dreams are subjective. This is point number 5. Most dreams are subjectively based on your thoughts, feelings, emotions, perceptions, instincts, and so forth. It's all you. Everything in your dreams is you. Think about it this way. You are the film, and the dream is the light of the projector that shines through the film. It projects out the imagery. That is your dream, and when you step into the story, you are interacting with your inner world. Dream characters are particularly likely to represent aspects of you. Dream characters usually look like people. They can take other forms like animals and robots and stuff like that. But the point is that they look like living creatures, and you are a living creature. So what better way of showing you all the various parts of yourself than through your dream characters? These parts include your psyche, your mind, your body, your personality, and even archetypes. Dreams can be objective. It is rare for most people. Those dreams will be rare for most people. Your dreams can make objective observations and representations. In other words, what you see in the dream is real. It is objective rather than subjective. Sometimes you can even peer into the lives of other people and see the things that are going on externally and internally in them, especially close like loved ones and friends and stuff. It's an amazing dream phenomena, and I think that it shows that everyone is connected together through their dreams, not just to the people and each other, but to the planet itself and the very fabric of reality. So dreams are usually subjective, but they can be, at times, objective. Number 6, dreams show the ego what it doesn't know. This was a quote from Dr. Carl Jung. He said, invariably, that dreams show the ego what it doesn't know or what it doesn't understand. I like to add to Dr. Jung's quote that dreams can show the ego what it does not want to know. The lifetime purpose and journey of dreaming is to unite the conscious mind with the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is generally referred to as the ego. And you can look up ego in the Dream Interpretation Dictionary to better understand this part of the psyche. Then there is the unconscious mind. This is the vast majority of your mind. It is unconscious. It is outside of your conscious awareness and control. It can take form in your dreams as dream figures that are known as anima or animus. And you can look up those in your Dream Interpretation Dictionary. I suggest that you do it very soon or now. Dreams are like nightly marriage counseling sessions. I think this is a great way of conceptualizing the relationship between these two sides of your mind. You have your waking mind that needs to find its way through the daily experience of life. And then you have the unconscious mind, which is in the background observing everything, and it's guiding you towards living the best life that you can live and being the best person that you can be. Your dreams are like relationship building between these two sides of the mind. They are helping you to get to know the unconscious mind. In the end, the goal is to unite these two sides of the mind. That's why I like to call them nightly marriage counseling sessions. Number 7, dreams compensate. They compensate for one-sidedness in the relationship between the ego and the unconscious. It can happen where the ego thinks it knows everything. It doesn't need anybody else's input or opinion. And the unconscious mind says, there is so much that you don't know, and we need to first get back into balance. So think of it as scales. These scales need to balance. The psyche is a self-regulating system, and dreams are the number one tool for regulating that system. It's a system because there are many parts to it. This one-sidedness can also come on the other end of the scale where the unconscious is too powerful. It has too much weight, and it can overwhelm the conscious mind. So in that case, the dreams might be there to build up the ego, to make it stronger so that it can stand in equal relationship with the unconscious mind. You can also have one-sidedness in personality or attitude that needs to be regulated and balanced, and your dreams will do it for you. Dreams can compensate for what is missing in yourself and in your life. Let's say, for example, you have someone who is feeling very lonely and in need of a friend. Their dreaming mind could send them an experience, a dream experience of having the best friend in the world. Or you have a dream about meeting and falling in love with the love of your life. Some people wake up from a dream like that and they are disappointed because the dream reality is not part of their waking reality. But I say appreciate your dreams for the experiences that they are. They're giving you something that you need. They can also show you what is possible in the future. Your dreams really do want you to make your dreams come true, to live your dreams, but it's a process. This fact that dreams compensate can explain why some dream imagery is very exaggerated or distorted. When dreams need to compensate, for example, for a big ego, they can show opposite sorts of imagery, such as very humble people, the people who are down on their luck, beggars and homeless and stuff like that. This is so that the ego will realize something about itself. And so when something is out of proportion in your dreams, use this insight because it can lead you to the interpretation and meaning of the dream. Number 8, dreams shine a light into the back of your mind. They bring forward everything important that doesn't get your full attention. You take in a lot of information during the average day. Your senses bring in a lot more information than what is consciously processed, but it is all registering deep down inside of you. It is registering subconsciously. If there is something that you missed and it's important, you need to know it, then it is very likely that you're going to dream about it. Dreams focus first on what you have overlooked, ignored, or repressed. They also tell or show you what you need to know and help you see what you can't see. Dreams reveal rather than conceal. This goes back to a debate that began in the early days of dream psychology. Dr. Sigmund Freud said that dreams hide their meaning behind symbolic imagery because they don't want to disturb your sleep. That some of the dream content can be so disturbing that it has to be hidden or censored. Otherwise, you will not sleep very well. Your dream imagery will shock you awake. Well, Dr. Carl Jung came along and he said, the dream imagery isn't really to conceal anything, it's to reveal. Yes, it is shown to you as symbolism, but symbolism is the language of the unconscious mind where dreams are created. Also, dreams will reveal to you things that you need to know over time as you are ready to accept and absorb. So they will reveal things to you. It's hidden behind this imagery, but that imagery is actually revealing rather than concealing. Number 9, dreams are big on learning. This is agreed upon, this fact about dreams, by almost everyone who studies the subject, the neuroscientists, the researchers. When you look at what are dreams doing, what are they for, why dream, what's the purpose of them? It's to learn. You take in all these daily experiences of life, new memories and information and experiences. It all needs to be sorted and collated and processed and fit into the picture, the existing structure of who and what you already are. So there is this deeper learning process that's going on. Also, dreams can help you to cross-reference this new information. Like if you study a subject and you're going to have a test on that subject, I suggest that you make sure that you sleep between the time that you have the study session and you take the test, because there's this deeper processing that can go on. Part of the learning process of dreams is known in neuroscience as neuroplasticity. There is this amazing activity going on inside of your brain as you are dreaming, and only as you are dreaming. You have neural networks that are forming, they are strengthening, and some of them are being pruned, meaning that they're no longer needed. So the dreaming mind tells the brain to free up those resources. You can think of this learning process through dreams as psychological digestion. This term comes from Dr. Ruben Naiman at the University of Arizona, and I love how it summarizes in 2 words the basic point of dreaming, especially when it comes to learning. Dreaming is to digest your daily experience of life. And it can also help you to cross-reference new information in even areas and centers of the brain. You might learn something like how to play an instrument. Well, there's a lot of different areas of the brain that can come into play with learning the instrument and playing it. So your dreaming mind is cross-referencing it inside of the brain to help you to improve and to absorb. Okay, number 10, and this point is perhaps the most important point that I have to make. You are the best interpreter of your dreams. You just need to know how to do it. You already know what your dreams mean. Simple fact number 1, subconsciously, you know what your dreams mean. That means no one else can tell you what they mean. They can help lead you to the truth that resonates inside of you, but you need to keep this power for yourself. It's okay to seek guidance. Yes, there's a lot to know about dreams. And as you absorb what you learn from me at Dream School, it is going to open up the meaning, the understanding of your dreams for you. But you are the one person who truly knows what your dreams mean. Hey, I have a number 11 for our list here. Things to know about dreams. This one's a real mind bender. It also answers a question that I had for many years about how exactly does the brain produce dreams and dream imagery? Well, the simple answer is that dreams use your imagination. There are areas of the brain that light up the same way when dreaming as when imagining. You can see in a brain scan, a person is using their imagination. Areas of their brain light up, and then they work in coordination with each other. So the imagination is not just one area or center of the brain, it's many of them, and it's how they all work together. When you are dreaming and you see the person's brain in a scan, you see the same areas of the brain light up and work much the same way. Dreams are rendered by the imagination as imagery and sensation. Well, imagination also renders much the same way. It's like a video or graphic, like a computer graphic. When it is rendered, it begins as a basic 2D grid, and then it turns into more complex shapes. It turns three-dimensional, simple shapes at first, and then it adds texture, color, and by the time you're done, you end up with a fully rendered three-dimensional image. When data is taken into your brain, this raw input of information, while you are imagining or while you are dreaming, it is rendered into imagery much the same way. It is rendered a layer at a time until appearing fully three-dimensional. So here's where things get even deeper. Waking reality is constructed the same way by the brain. The brain takes the input from the senses and then renders it. It translates it, basically. So what you see is not the thing itself. What you are seeing is a representation of it that is recreated by your brain. This raises a question: which reality is more real, the waking reality or the dreaming reality? This is a question that has been debated by philosophers and other types for centuries, millennia, because we know that our waking reality is rendered inside of ourselves as the experience of reality, the same way that our dreams are created. And both of these realities, while we are experiencing them, appear to be fully real. I have another question raised from all of this is, where is the raw input really coming from? The data that is inputted and then turned into imagery. While you are dreaming, you have the input coming in from various sources, such as your memories, your emotions, from your body, and it's all translated. The dreaming mind is a translator. So I know that we have this collective part of our minds. Our minds hook into a collective. It's much like an internet or a computer network. There is a central place, and then you have the terminals. Well, we are like the terminals, our brains, and then there is a central server of sorts, which is known as the collective unconscious. It is a repository of all of the experiences, the memories of those experiences, going back to the origins of our species and possibly beyond. So I know that there is a way for imagery or from data from the collective unconscious to come into the individual's dreaming mind and then be rendered as imagery in sensation. So what happens perhaps is that there is the possibility that this input could be coming from other sources too. It's sort of like the hacker gets into the network and starts plugging in their own data into it. So you have from the server to the terminal, and then you have the hacker coming in between. I think that there is at least the possibility that there is input that can come from sources that are not from the individual, and it's not from the collective unconscious. It's using this network for its own purposes. So now I have a pro tip for you. You know that your imagination is the same as your dreams, at least as far as how the experience is created. So what this means is that you can use your dream imagery as fodder for your daydreams. You can consciously daydream based on your night dreams. You can, for example, pick up where a dream left off. You, at the end of the dream, were at the seashore looking out over the ocean and thinking, there's something out there waiting for me. Go ahead and daydream what happens next. Imagine yourself a boat and get on it. Imagine a hot air balloon and sail out over the water. You are unlimited in what you can do. The dream imagery provides a nice foundation for you to work from. And here is something that is very important to know. Your deep mind responds to what you imagine as if it is real. So you can reprogram your mind at the very deepest levels. I used to have a lot of dreams about being shot by a bullet or attacked. And I used my imagination to help me with those dreams by picturing my body as if it is made of rubber. You know, the bullets, the slugs, they just bounce right off of me. The sword that comes at me or the knife that wants to plunge into my body, I got to the point where I could imagine that and not respond emotionally to it as I did in the dream because I knew that I was safe. I could see the knife bounce right off of my body because I'm made of rubber. Use your imagination. It will register deep inside of you as if what you experience in your imagination is real, the same as you register what you dream as if it is real. Welcome to Dream School. If you are my student already, you can end this video now. If you are not my student already, I encourage you to check out dreamschool.net and the courses that I offer online. Remember, I do offer a free introduction to dream interpretation and analysis. You can get to know me and my teachings and see whether or not they are right for you. Find out more about me at jmdeboard.com. Check out the two websites that are listed on the screen here, dreams123.com and dreams123.net. There is an entire thick book worth of information about dreams and their interpretation that I have put there and I offer freely. You can sign up for my We Love Dreams newsletter. Put that term, We Love Dreams newsletter, into a search engine. It should be the #1 result for you. And sign up for my newsletter. It is a way of gradually introducing you to all of my various teachings and resources about dreams and their interpretation. So thank you for joining me. These are the top 10 things to know about your dreams and their interpretation. I am J.M. DeBoard, and I hope to see you at Dream School. Thank you.